Levi. I'm a photographer, and everybody who knows me knows that I love shooting black and white photography. I love that I learned to do that in high school, and that now I can do it even better on digital media. And recently, one of my clients gave me this old gem. It's a Minolta autocord, one of those with the pop-up like that, and you look down through here to focus and compose your picture. Pretty sweet little camera, and it still works. And today, one of my club members in the Cache Valley Photographers gave me this 400 speed black and white film for a 120 camera. This is much larger than a 35mm film. It's that tall, and then it makes nice big pictures. So we're gonna get some huge exposures out of that. I'm taking that on a little vacation next week to the Oregon coast. But I wanted to show you right now one of my favorite methods for making really good black and white pictures. These are black and whites that are better than anything Photoshop can do. I've had to buy third-party software to come anywhere close to what I can do just in my camera alone. Photoshop is great, but it just doesn't do as good a job as the camera does at making black and whites. And the key to doing it in your camera is to read your manual and find out how to turn your camera to monochrome. That's the first step. So just go in your manual, go to the index at the back, look for monochrome, M-O-N-O-C-H-R-O-M-E, monochrome, and that means black and white. On Nikons, you just press the menu button, and then you press your arrow to the left and go to the pencil menu, the one with a little pencil. It's the custom settings menu. Excuse me, not the pencil menu, the camera menu, the shooting menu. And then you go in there, and on Nikons, you're looking for set picture control, or optimize image, I think is what it says on some of the older models. And in there, you've got choices between neutral, vivid, standard, and monochrome. And so go into the monochrome, and if you're on a D7000 or a D90, probably a D80, any of the mid to upper end Nikons, and some of the lower end ones too. I think the D3100 includes this. The D3000 does not. I don't think the D5000 does. D40 and D60 definitely don't. But you go into the monochrome settings and you look for filter effects, and then you set that to red, to R. And what that does, it mimics putting a red filter over a lens when you're shooting black and white film, which is what we used to do when we took black and white pictures to increase contrast. And it's especially attractive in portraits of people because, Caucasians at least, it evens out skin tones significantly. Any red splotches become the same tone as white or gray. And so zits became the same color as the skin surrounding them, and they virtually disappear. And it saves you time in your editing, and it makes your pictures look great coming right out of the camera as you show your clients on the back of the screen and say, hey, look what we just did. They see themselves looking good. They don't see distracting blemishes in their skin. And it makes a smooth skin that's just very nice. Especially good on newborns. Gets rid of all the veins in their head and baby acne and things. So I highly recommend going into your monochrome settings and turning on the filter effects and applying a red filter. It doesn't turn your picture red. It just adds high contrast to your images as you make them. I'm actually filming this video with the red filter effects turned on. So this is an example of what the picture may look like coming out of your camera. On Canons, you've definitely got these. I think all the models that Canon currently makes includes the red filter. I know Sony does as well, and also Pentax. I don't know all the settings for each of those different brands. So look in your manual, monochrome, and find the filter effects, and you'll be making some beautiful black and white images. Now the last thing, I personally like to take pictures in the raw file format that my camera creates. This gives me more options later on in my post-processing. However, it also means that if I take pictures in black and white on my camera, when I bring them up as raw images on the computer, they aren't black and white anymore. Now they're color. And so in order to keep those great black and white pictures out of my camera, I set my settings for RAW plus JPEG, and that gives me both the black and white as a full-size JPEG and the color RAW image that I can use in color as well. So for me, that's really the only reason to use RAW plus JPEG. Otherwise, you're just taking two pictures and burning up memory space. So shoot RAW plus JPEG when you're doing monochromes, and you'll get both the color and the black and white in the computer. That's it for me right now. I hope you enjoy making some terrific black and white pictures. I'll catch you next time.